Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah. मैं बैठा हूँ प्रभुजी actually हाँ. Okay. So continue प्रभुजी. माता जाने था हमें दिस.
इन प्रभुजी.
माता ये दीपा माता जाने था हमें दिस कुंडल.
हाँ नहीं चेहरे तो प्रभुजी वाला परले ना को. I am free now.
Okay.
मेरे नाम host है प्रभुजी. हाँ.
Comfortability. Yeah, you can do that. Yes. A group ला प्रभु. Dhruva Maharaj prayers ది పంపించాను చూసారా?
అవును పూజ.
మోడరేటర్ అది ఓపెన్ చేసి ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసుకోండి.
ఓకే.
So I'm making you host anyway. I mean, you can take care of it. Or you are Udhipa Mata, you can coordinate.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. And that's what this one. Hare Krishna. Yes, sir. What? Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna. Shri Advaita Gaurav. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare 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 Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Mataji, Hare Krishna, Deepa Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Can I make you host, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Am I the host now?
1 minute, Mataji. Yes, Mataji, your host.
Okay. I'll start with Mangalacharan prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। We'll start with Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 16th chapter today. The chapter is called Canto 16th chapter, How Parikshit Received the Age of Kali. Yeah. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Sutta Goswami said, O learned Brahmanas, Maharaja Parikshit then began to rule over the world as a great devotee of the Lord under the instructions of the best of the twice born Brahmanas. He ruled by those great qualities which were foretold by expert astrologers at the time of his birth. Purport. At the time of Maharaja Parikshit's birth, the expert astrologer Brahmanas foretold some of his qualities. Maharaja Parikshit developed all those qualities being a great devotee of the Lord. The real qualification is to become a devotee of the Lord, and gradually all the good qualities worthy of possession develop. Maharaja Parikshit was a Mahabhagavata, or a first-class devotee, who was not only well versed in the science of devotion but also able to convert others to become devotees by his transcendental instructions. Maharaja Parikshit was therefore a devotee of the first order, and thus he used to consult great sages and learned brahmanas who could advise him by the Shastras how to execute the state administration. Such great kings were more responsible than modern elected executive heads because they obliged the great authorities by following their instructions left in Vedic literatures. There was no need for impractical fools to enact daily a new legislative bill and to conveniently alter it again and again to serve the same purpose. The rules and regulations were already set forth by great sages like Manu, Yajnavalkya, Parashara, and other liberated sages, and the enactments were all suitable for all ages in all places. Therefore, the rules and regulations were standard and without flaw or defect. Kings like Maharaja Parikshit had their council of advisors, and all the members of that council were either great sages or brahmanas of the first order. They did not accept any salary, nor had they any necessity for such salaries. The state would get the best advice without expenditure. They were themselves Samadarshi, equal to everyone, both man and animal. They would not advise the king to give protection to man and instruct him to kill the poor animals. Such council members were not fools or representatives to compose a fool's paradise. They were all self-realized souls, and they knew perfectly well how all living beings in the state would be happy, both in this life and in the next. They were not concerned with the hedonistic philosophy of eat, drink, be merry, and enjoy. They were philosophers in the real sense, and they knew well what is the mission of human life. Under all these obligations, the advisory council of the king would give correct directions, and the king or executive head, being himself a qualified devotee of the Lord, would scrutinizingly follow them for the welfare of the state. The state in the days of Maharaja Yudhishthira or Maharaja Parikshit was a welfare state in the real sense of term, because no one was unhappy in that state, be he man or animal. Maharaja Parikshit was an ideal king for a welfare state of the world. Hare Krishna. So all the qualities of a king are described here. How exactly they would actually rule, what is the ideal way of ruling is described. Samyukta Mataji, can start.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Next.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. King Parikshit married the daughter of King Uttara and begot 4 sons headed by Maharaja Janmejaya. Purport. Maharaja Uttara was the son of Virata and maternal uncle of Maharaj Parikshit. Airavati, being the daughter of Maharaj Uttara, was the cousin sister of Maharaj Parikshit. But cousin brothers and sisters were allowed to get married if they did not belong to the same Gotra or family. In the Vedic system of marriage, the importance of Gotra or family was stressed. Arjuna also married Subhadra, although she was his maternal cousin sister. Janmejaya, one of the Rajarshi kings and the famous son of Maharaj Parikshit. His mother's name was Airavati, or according to some, Madravati. Maharaja Janmejaya begot 2 sons of the names Gnanatanika and Shankukarna. He celebrated several sacrifices in the Kurukshetra pilgrimage site, and he had 3 younger brothers named Shutasena, Ugrasena, and Bhimasena. He invaded Takshala, Ajanta, and he decided to avenge the unlawful curse upon his great father Maharaj Parikshit. He performed a great sacrifice called Sarpayagna to kill the race of serpents, including the Takshaka, which had bitten his father to death. On request from many influential demigods and sages, he had to change his decision to kill the race of snakes. But despite stopping the sacrifice, he satisfied everyone concerned in the sacrifice by rewarding them properly. In the ceremony, Mahamuni Vyasadeva also was present, and he personally narrated the history of the battle of Kurukshetra before the king. Later on, by the order of Vyasadeva, his disciple Vaishampayana narrated before the king the subject matter of Mahabharata. He was much affected by his great father's untimely death and was very anxious to see him again, and he expressed his desire before the great sage Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva also fulfilled his desire. His father was present before him, and he worshipped both his father and Vyasadeva with great respect and pomp. Being fully satisfied, he most munificently gave charity to the Brahmanas present at the sacrifice. Hare Krishna.
Sandhya Mataji, can you read?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Maharaja Parikshit, after having selected Kripacharya for guidance as a spiritual master, performed 3 horse sacrifices on the banks of the Ganges. These were executed with sufficient rewards for the attendants. And at these sacrifices, even the common man could see demigods. Purport. It appears from this verse that interplanetary travel by the denizens of higher planets is easy. In many statements in Bhagavatam, we have observed that the demigods from heaven used to visit this earth to attend sacrifices performed by influential kings and emperors. Herein also we find that during the time of the horse sacrifice ceremony of Maharaj Parikshit, the demigods from other planets were visible even to the common man due to the sacrificial ceremony. The demigods are not generally visible to common man as the Lord is not visible, but as the Lord, by his causeless mercy, descends to be visible to the common man. Similarly, the demigods also become visible to the common man by their own grace. Although celestial beings are not visible to the naked eyes of the inhabitants of this earth, it was due to the influence of Maharaj Parikshita that the demigods also agreed to be visible. The kings used to spend lavishly during such sacrifices as a cloud distributes rains. A cloud is nothing but another form of water, or in other words, the waters of the earth transform into clouds. Similarly, the charity made by the kings in such sacrifices was but another form of the taxes collected from the citizens. But as the rains fall down very lavishly and appear to be more than necessary, the charity made by such kings also seems to be more than what the citizen needs. Satisfied citizens will never organize agitation against the king, and thus there was no need in changing the monarchical state. Even for a king like Maharaja Parikshit, there was need of a spiritual master for guidance. Without such guidance, one cannot make progress in spiritual life. The spiritual master must be bona fide, and one who wants to have self-realization must approach and take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master to achieve real success. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Lavanya Mataji, chadutara?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Srimad Bhagavatam 1.16.4. Translation and purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Once when Maharaj Parikshit was on his way to conquer the world, he saw the master of Kali Yuga, who was lower than Shudra, disguised as a king, hurting the legs of a cow and bull. The king at once caught hold of him to deal sufficient punishment. Purport. The purpose of kings going out to conquer the world is not for self-arrangement. Aggrandizement. అంటే ఏంటి ప్రభుజీ అగ్రాండైజ్మెంట్?
Boasting, self-boasting, Mataji.
Self-boasting.
Means
Okay.
that I am great, so I can do it.
To show off.
Show off, yes, ma'am.
Self-aggrandizement. Maharaja Parikshit went out to conquer the world after his attendance to the throne, but he was not for the purpose of aggression on other states. He was the emperor of the world, and as all small states were already under his regime. His purpose in going out was to see how things were going on in terms of godly state. The king, being the representative of the Lord, has to execute the will of the Lord duty. There is no question of self-aggrandizement. Thus, as soon as Maharaj Parikshit saw that a lower class man in the dress of a king was hurting the legs of a cow and bull, at once he arrested and punished him. The king cannot tolerate insults to the most important animal, the cow, nor can he tolerate disrespect for the most important man, the Brahmana. Human civilization means to advance the cause of Brahminical culture and to maintain it. Cow protection is essential. There is miracle in milk, for it contains all the necessary vitamins to sustain human physiological conditions for higher achievements. Brahminical culture can advance only when man is educated to develop the qualities of goodness. And for this, there is a prime necessity of food prepared with milk, fruits, and grains. Maharaja Parikshit was astonished to see that a black Shudra, dressed like a ruler, was mistreating a cow, the most important animal in human society. The age of Kali means mismanagement and quarrel. And the root cause of all mismanagement and quarrel is that worthless men with the mode of lower class men who have no higher ambition in life came to the hem of the state management. Such men at the post of a king are sure to first hurt the cow and the Brahminical culture, thereby pushing all society towards hell. Maharaja Parikshit trained as he was, got the scent of his root cause of all quarrel in the world. Thus, he wanted to stop it in the very beginning. Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
So actually here, two things are emphasized. One is the Brahminical culture, and the second one is cow protection.
Yes.
How the modern media and press nowadays, the left-leaning, so-called left-leaning media and press, how they aggrandize, they advertise. Just opposite to these two. Let us suppress the Brahminical patriarchy. This is the quote which they quote in many of these articles. If you see, the second one is, I should have right to eat my beef. If you have, you can have it. Actually, you can have it in other countries, and you can enjoy whatever you want. But if there are some sentiments or some things, some things to be followed by the majority of the state, at least let them follow. No, but then they show that our freedom is being suppressed because of these two things. And I don't know where they see the Brahminical patriarchy in this modern world now, but then they show just to what you say, decrease the social fabric over here. They always say that we should suppress the Brahmanical patriarchy. So these are the quotes whenever you come to any intellectual platforms. No? So you will come across these two things. One is Brahmanical patriarchy, and the other one is I want my beef. I should have right to eat what I wanted to eat. So this is how they counter, and they, what you say, they have a very smooth way of, very good way of saying this. Very sophisticated way of saying this. But what do they say? We say it is Go Brahmana Hitayacha, and they say it is just opposite to those two, but in a very sophisticated language. So we should be very
everyone is a Kali in Kali Yuga.
Yeah, we should be very clear actually of where we are going. If anyone comes across with those things in mind, we should be clear, because they're also got completely brainwashed by the so-called leftists in the intellectuals. All these leftists are generally, they are in the university lecturers or something like that. They completely occupied the whole universities, even in the west and the east. So they started from there, and then that is how they encourage the students to take to these things. That's how it
Prabhuji,
starts.
in India also they eat meat. They eat beef, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. There are many who eats it. There are many Hindu Hindu leftists who eat, and they say that it is my right.
Oh, Hindus also eat?
Yeah, many Hindus, Mataji. If you go to Tamil Nadu and Kerala, you don't find any difference between the Hindus and Muslims taking the beef. And even in the north also, there are some and in Assam and all, they do it. They'll take it, and they have taken to the leftist philosophy, like Marxists and all. Wherever you find these Marxists and CPI, CPM, they generally owe to these kind of things. Why I'm saying all these things is, at times you will come across to these people who are completely brainwashed by this philosophy.
That means communist, Prabhuji? Communist?
Yes, communists.
Okay,
so they have this, they don't believe in this, and they say that we will suppress the Brahmanical patriarchy and the caste system. So, our way of caste system is completely different from the way which they look. So, Parikshit Maharaj has seen it, coming before 5,000 years. And now it has been deep-rooted even in India. But before 5,000 years, when he was, roaming the whole earth, he could find it at some place, and he could, he tried to demean him, but it couldn't happen, because that Kali said, my time has come. How can you say no to me? So this is how, whenever someone says that, we should suppress the Brahmanical patriarchy. And how can you say this? This Jack Dorsey and the so-called, Vijaya Gadde and Barkha Dutt. There are many people, many influential, and George Soros. There are many influential people, Mataji, who doesn't come out, but from the back, they completely propagate this. How to suppress the Brahmanical culture and how to suppress the,
Cow protection.
Cow protection.
So, Prabhuji, one question. If they want to suppress cow, this one, it's okay because there is sense gratification. Why they want to suppress Brahmanical culture? What is the...
Because they know, if Prabhupada says that this mission of ISKCON is to bring at least 10% Brahmanas in the society. And they, Mataji, actually, they know well, about our culture than us. So they have really seen this, that if a Brahmana get increased, he can control Kshatriya. The moment Kshatriya gets controlled by Brahmana, it's done. Half job is done actually. Because Kshatriya wants what? He wants his self-controlled person to be his, Guru always.
Guru, yes, Guru.
Any Kshatriya if you take, you see Shivaji Maharaj, who has his Guru? He has his Guru in Tukaram, and he has his Guru in that that person, one more person, I don't, one more saint in, Maharashtra, who is in, border of Karnataka and Maharashtra. I'm forgetting his name, but he's his Guru.
Narsingh Mehta?
No. That is in, he's a Guru for Gujarat King. He is, for Kshatrapati Maharaj, there is one more king.
Yes, they respected.
Samarth,
Yes.
Samarth, Swami Samarth. So he is the guru of Shivaji Maharaj. And if you see our Krishna Deva Raya, Harihara and Bukkaraya, they were the gurus of this guy. No, Vidyapati. Vidyapati was guru of this guy. And our own one more Madhva Sampradaya guru is there for this personality, Krishna Deva Raya. And if you go to the Prataparudra, Mahaprabhu only. So if you see, and Prithviraj Chauhan, he has one guru, I forgot his name actually. So all these people, they have gurus. And if you see Chandragupta Maurya, so Chanakya. So all Kshatriyas, they need one guru. And if that guru is, completely twisted, the whole civilization will get twisted. Like what happened with the Ashoka. Ashoka was conquered by the Buddhist gurus. And that is how this thing came to India. Non-violence. The concept of non-violence was not as what we think. The concept of non-violence for the Kshatriyas is different than what we think now, like the Gandhiji's philosophy. So why we are coming to all these things, just to know that Brahminical culture should always be respected and maintained, and cow protection should be given. And there is a full-on propagation in the media just against these things. In a very sophisticated manner. So we should really have an intelligence to know what is going on.
In fact, most of the people do not know what is there in the scriptures, what exactly Brahminical culture means and what exactly cow protection means. So it is easy to twist everybody's brain for the media also.
See, what they say about Brahminical culture means no entrance to the temple without having a bath. The external gross things they do, they propagate so much, but they don't understand the internal, aspect of the same.
And they show it as if it is like a oppression by the upper caste to the lower caste, and that's how they win everybody's hearts who don't know anything what is written
about
in
the culture. Yes. So that is how they propagate, but things are completely in a different manner. When we follow this movement of Krishna consciousness, we'll come to know. Yes, external affects the internals, right?
Yes.
The purity of externals will bring in internal purity.
Yes.
So that is the reason we be externally pure. It's not mandatory. Sometimes you cannot be externally pure. But that doesn't mean that you're internally pure. So there's many logics actually for this, but still we'll not go into the philosophical part. But the external part that Prabhupada always emphasizes that Brahminical culture and cow protection because of these things. When these things are good, then a Kshatriya can be, followed in a right path.
Yes.
When a Kshatriya is good, then it's over. Half job is done.
Yes.
Most of the parts of job is done actually. Hare Krishna.
Society
We'll go ahead,
works,
Mataji.
the society works very nicely.
Yes, ma'am.
Ravi, me the time.
Okay. Translation. Shaunaka Rishi inquired, why did Maharaj Parikshit simply punish him? Since he was the lowest of the Shudras, having dressed as a king and having struck a cow on the leg. Please describe all these incidents if they relate to the topics of Lord Krishna. See, the sages of Naimisharanya, they're very clear what they are there for. They're asking this question only if it is related to Krishna. If it is not related to Krishna, just bypass them. So, Parpat by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada. Shaunaka and the rishis were astonished to hear that the pious Maharaj Parikshit simply punished the culprit and did not kill him. This suggests that a pious king like Maharaj Parikshit should have at once killed an offender who wanted to cheat the public by dressing like a king and at the same time daring to insult the purest of the animals, a cow. The rishis in those days, however, could not even imagine that in the advanced days of the Kali Yuga, the lowest of the Shudras will be elected as administrators and will open organized slaughterhouses for killing cows. Anyway, although hearing about a Sudraka who was a cheat and insulter of the cow was not very interesting to the great rishis, they nevertheless wanted to hear about it to see if the event had any connection with Lord Krishna. They were simply interested in the topics of Lord Krishna, for anything that is dovetailed in the narration of Krishna is worth hearing. There are many topics in the Bhagavatam about sociology, politics, economics, cultural affairs, etc. But all of them are in relation with Krishna, and therefore all of them are worth hearing. Krishna is the purifying ingredient in all the matters, regardless of what they are. In the mundane world, everything is impure due to its being a product of the three mundane qualities. The purifying agent, however, is Krishna. Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Rajapram.
Hare Krishna. Translation. The devotees of the Lord are accustomed to licking up the honey available from the lotus feet of the Lord. What is the use of the topics which simply waste one valuable life? Purport: Lord Krishna and his devotees are both on the transcendental plane. Therefore, the topics of Lord Krishna and his pure devotee are equally good. The battle of Kurukshetra is full of politics and diplomacy, but because the topics are related with Lord Krishna, the Bhagavad Gita is therefore uttered all over the world. There is no need to eradicate politics, economics, sociology, etc., which are mundane to the mundaners. To a pure devotee who is actually related with the Lord, such mundane things are the transcendental if devoted with the Lord or with his pure devotees. We have heard and talked about the activities of the Pandavas, and we now are dealing with the topics of Maharaj Parikshit. But because of all the topics are related to the Lord Sri Krishna, they are all transcendental, and pure devotees have great interest in hearing them. We have already discussed this matter in connection with the prayers Bhishma Deva. Our duration of life is not very long, and there is no certainty of when we shall be ordered to leave everything for the next stage. Thus, it is our duty to see the not moment of our life is wasted in topics which are not related with the Lord Krishna. Any topic, however pleasant, is not worth hearing if it is devoid of its relation to Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Prabhuji, you can continue.
Yeah, okay. Mataji. The spiritual planet Goloka Vrindavan, the eternal abode of Lord Krishna, is shaped like the word of a lotus flower. Even when the Lord descended to any one of the mundane planets, he does so by manifesting his own abode as it is. Thus, his feet remain always on the same big world of the lotus flower. His feet are also beautiful as the lotus flower. Therefore, it is said that Lord Krishna has lotus feet. A living being is eternal by constitution. He is so to speak in the whirlpool of birth and death due to his contact with the material energy. Freed from such material energy, a living entity is liberated and is eligible to return home back to Godhead. Those who want to live forever without changing their material bodies should not waste valuable time with the topics other than those relating to Lord Krishna and his devotees. Hare Krishna.
చంద్రమౌళి ప్రభు చదువుతారా?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O Sota Goswami, there are those amongst the men who desire freedom from death and get eternal life. They escape the slaughtering process by calling the controller of death Yamaraja. Purport: the living entity, as it develops from lower animal life to a higher human being and gradually to higher intelligence, becomes anxious to get free from the clutches of death. Modern scientists try to avoid death by physiochemical advancement of knowledge. But alas, the controller of death, Yamaraja, is so cruel that he does not spare even the very life of this scientist himself. The scientist who puts forward the theory of stopping death by advancement of scientific knowledge becomes himself a victim of death when he is called by Yamaraja. Not to speak of stopping death, no one can enhance the short period of life even by a fraction of moment. The only hope of suspending the cruel slaughtering process of Yamaraja is to call him to hear and chant the holy name of the Lord. Yamaraja is a great devotee of the Lord, and he likes to be invited to kirtanas and sacrifices by the pure devotees who are constantly engaged in the devotional service of the Lord. Thus, the great sages, headed by Saunaka and others, invited Yamaraja to attend the sacrifice performed at Naimisaranya. This was good for those who did not want to die. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. All of us have completed reading once. So we'll go to Dhruva Maharaj prayers. One second. One second, I'm just pulling out down.
నిన్న స్టార్ట్ చేశారా మాతాజీ? వాజ్ అబ్సెంట్ yesterday.
అవునా, స్టార్ట్ చేయలేదు, జస్ట్ ఇంట్రొడక్షన్ ఇచ్చారు ప్రభుజీ ఎలా ఉంటుంది అని. ఇవాళ స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Can you please repeat some words after me, everyone?
Yes.
Let your mics be on and please repeat after me. At least 3 times when they are easy, and if they are a bit tough, I will make it 5 times or 10 times. Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prasuptam.
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 Okay. Sanjeevayathyakhila.
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 Dharasvadhamna.
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 Hastacharana Shravana.
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 Shravana.
Okay. So one line 3 times as our regular format. Okay, we will go like that. Yonta pravishya mama vacham imam prasuptam.
Yonta pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptam.
Yonta pravishya mama vacham imam prasuptam.
Yonta pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptam.
Yonta pravishya mama vacham imam prasuptam.
Yonta pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptam.
Is it okay, or can we go ahead with the next line, or still more practice is needed?
Prabhuji Mallo sir.
Okay. Yontah pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptam.
Yonta pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptam.
Yontah pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptam.
Yonta pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptam.
Yontah pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptam.
Yonta pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptam.
Okay. Sanjeevayatya kila shaktidhara swadhamna.
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 Anyamsta hasta charana shravana tvagadin.
Anyamsta hasta charana shravana tvagadin.
This will become very low pace. Okay. First two will be in a different tune, and this one line will be of a different pace. Okay. Anyamsta hasta charana shravana tvagadin.
Anyamsta hasta charana tvagadin.
Anyamsta hasta charana shravana tvagadin.
Anyamcha hasta charana shravana tvagadin.
Anyamsta hasta charana shravana tvagadin.
Anyamcha hasta charana shravana tvagadin.
Anyamsta hasta charana shravana tvagadin.
Anyamcha hasta charana tvagadin.
Anyamsta hasta charana shravana tvagadin.
Anyamscha hasta charana shravana tvagadin.
Okay. Prana namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam.
Namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam.
Prana namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam.
Namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam.
Prana namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam.
Namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam.
Now 2 lines together for 3 times. Okay. Yonta pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptam. Sanjeevayatya kila shaktidhara swadhamna.
Yonta pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptam.
Yonta pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptam. Sanjeevayatya kila shaktidhara swadhamna.
Yonta pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptam. Sanjeevayatya kila shaktidhara swadhamna.
Yonta pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptam. Sanjeevayatya kila shaktidhara swadhamna.
योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां संजीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना।
Shall we go ahead or shall we repeat it again?
He'll repeat 2 more times.
We'll do it once. Twice.
Okay. Okay, folks. योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना।
योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना।
योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना।
योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना।
योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना।
योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना।
अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्. No. I will do both together, then you repeat. Okay. I will read both the lines together, then you should repeat. Okay. अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्. अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्.
अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते
पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्।
अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्.
अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्।
अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्.
अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्
नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्।
अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्.
प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्।
Okay, we will go for the whole shloka once. Like that, I will repeat 3 times. Okay. Then you will repeat first after me. Afterwards, you will try individually. Like I will do the whole shloka once. You will repeat the whole shloka once. I will do like that 3 times, and then you will repeat individually. Okay.
Yes, yes.
योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना. अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्.
योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना. हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्।
So for some devotees, the anyamscha hastacharana shravana tvagadim, this line's tune is becoming, they're confusing with the first 2 lines. Okay, be careful. It's like anyamscha hastacharana shravana tvagadim. That first yonta and sanjeeva, they will go in a fast pace. But this we should stop there, and then we should start again reading in a very different manner. Okay, please concentrate on it. योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना. अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्. योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्।
नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्।
Now please go ahead individually, turn by time. Sanyukta Mataji, can you start?
Yes, Prabhuji. Dhruva Vacha. योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्.
Okay, Mataji. Prabhuji is there?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Dhruva Vacha. योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमं प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्.
First line ఒకసారి చదవండి ప్రభు మళ్ళీ.
योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमं प्रसुप्तां
योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्ताम् yes ప్రభు, this is the right tune. Okay, చేస్తారా మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి? Can you do it ప్రభు again?
Sure. योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्.
ప్రసుప్తం ఒకసారి చూసుకోండి ప్రభు. అదొక్కటి కొంచెం తేడా వస్తుంది, మీతో అంతా బాగానే ఉంటాం. సంధ్య మాతాజీ, will you practice?
Yes, Prabhuji. Dhruva Vacha. योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरा स्वधाम्ना अन्यां च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्.
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 కొంచెం రైజ్ అవుతుంది మాతాజీ, కొంచెం స్లోగా చదవాలి అంతే. ఓకే, మిగతా అంతే ఓకే మాతాజీ. హరే కృష్ణ.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
దీపా మాతాజీ చేస్తారా?
ధ్రువ వాచ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्.
ఓకే మాతాజీ. అండ్ లావణ్య మాతాజీ చేస్తారా?
Yeah, yes. Shri Dhruva Vacha. योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यां च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्.
ఓకే మాతాజీ. చంద్రమౌళి ప్రభు.
ధ్రువ వాచ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्.
థర్డ్ లైన్ ఒకసారి నాతో చదవండి ప్రభుజీ. अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन्.
अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन्
మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చదవండి. అన్యాంశ్చ హస్తచరణ శ్రవణత్వగాదీన్.
అన్యాశ్చ హస్తచరణశ్రవణత్వగాదీన్.
అన్యాంశ్చ హస్తచరణశ్రవణత్వగాదీన్.
అన్యాశ్చ హస్తచరణశ్రవణత్వగాదీన్.
ఓకే ప్రభు, ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి శ్లోక చదవండి ప్రభు.
యోంత ప్రవిశ్య మమ వాచమిమాం ప్రసుప్తాన్ సంజీవయత్త కిల శక్తిధర స్వదాంనా అన్యాశ్చ హస్తచరణ
ఇక్కడ ఒకసారి చదవండి, మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి మామూలు ఇంకా ఇందాక చదివినట్టు చదవండి ప్రభు. అన్యాంశ్చ హస్త
ఓకే ఓకే అన్యాంశ్చ హస్తచరణ శ్రవణతగాదీన్ నమో భగవతే పురుషాయ తుభ్యం. అన్యాంశ్చ, నేను అన్యాంశ్చ చెప్తున్నా ప్రభుజీ. ఐ థింక్ ఓకే.
అన్యాంశ్చ.
ఐ విల్ రిపీట్ అట్ శ్లోక వన్స్ మోర్.
yes ప్రభు ప్లీజ్.
యోంత ప్రవిశ్య మమ వాచమిమాం ప్రసుప్తాం సంజీవయత్త కిల శక్తిధర స్వదాంనా అన్యాంశ్చ హస్తచరణ అన్యాంశ్చ హస్తచరణ శ్రవణతగాదీన్ ప్రాణాన్ నమో భగవతే పురుషాయ తుభ్యం. అన్యాంశ్చ హస్తచరణ శ్రవణత్వగాదీన్. అన్యాం అనే చెప్తున్నాం ప్రభుజీ.
అది ఏంటంటే మనం ఫస్ట్ లైన్ ఫ్లో లోకి వెళ్ళిపోతున్నారు, థర్డ్ లైన్ కూడా అక్కడ కొంచెం స్లో చేయాలి. అన్యాంశ్చ హస్తచరణ శ్రవణత్వగాదీన్.
ఓకే ఒకసారి రిపీట్ చేస్తాం ప్రభుజీ. యోంత ప్రవిశ్య మమ వాచమిమాం ప్రసుప్తాన్.
యాక్చువల్లీ అది కొంచెం ఫాస్ట్ గా ఉండాలి.
యోంత ప్రవిశ్య మమ వాచమిమాం ప్రసుప్తాం సంజీవయత్త కిల శక్తిధర స్వదాంనా అన్యాశ్చ హస్తచరణ శ్రవణతగాదీన్ ప్రాణాన్ నమో భగవతే పురుషాయ తుభ్యం.
ఓకే ప్రభు, హరి బోల్. పర్ఫెక్ట్. అకింజన్ ప్రభు చేస్తారా?
yes ప్రభుజీ. yes ప్రభు.
yes ప్రభు, ప్లీజ్ గో హెడ్.
योनत् प्रविश्य मम वचाम इमां प्रशुद्धां संजय योनत् प्रविश्य मम वचाम इमं प्रशुद्धां संजयवते अखिला शक्तिधरा स्वधामना अन्यायता च हस्तचरण श्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणानमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्याम्.
ప్రభుజీ ఒకసారి ఫస్ట్ లైన్ నాతో చేయండి. యోంతః ప్రవిశ్య అనండి. ఒకసారి లైన్ అంతా చదువుతాను, మీరు ఒకసారి రిపీట్ చేయండి. యోంత ప్రవిశ్య మమ వాచమిమాం ప్రసుప్తాం.
యోతత్ ప్రవిశ్య మమ వాచామిమం ప్రశుస్తాం.
మమ వాచం సరే. యోంత ప్రవిశ్య మమ వాచమిమాం ప్రసుప్తాం.
యోనత్ ప్రవిశ్య మమ వాచామిమం ప్రశుస్తాం.
సంజీవయత్యఖిల
సంజీవయత్యఖిల
ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ సంజీవయత్యఖిల ఓకే. సంజీవయత్యఖిల శక్తిధర స్వధామ్నా.
సంజీవయత్ అఖిల శక్తిధార స్వధామ్నా.
yes ప్రభు, ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ రెండు రిపీట్ చేయండి ప్రభు, ఫస్ట్ అండ్ సెకండ్ లైన్.
యోనత్ ప్రవిశ్య మమ వాచామిమం ప్రశుస్తాం.
యోంతః
సంజీవయతి అఖిల శక్తిధార స్వధామ్నా.
yes ప్రభు, go ahead.
యోనత్ ప్రవిశ్య మమ వాచామిమం ప్రసుప్తాం. సంజీవత అఖిల శక్తిధార స్వధామ్నా. అన్యాయ చ హస్తచరణ శ్రవణత్వగాదీన్ ప్రాణాన్ నమో భగవతే పురుషాయ తుభ్యం.
ఓకే ప్రభు, ఫస్ట్ అది మళ్ళీ యోనత్ అంటున్నారు. యోంతః ప్రభు, అది యోంతః.
ఓకే.
యోనత్ Yontaha.
Yontah. Okay.
ఓకే ఓకే ట్రై చేస్తారు ఒకసారి లేకపోతే వేరే వాళ్ళకి పాస్
Yeah.
చేద్దాం.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
సో ప్రభుజీ
యోన
అక్కడ అపాస్ట్రఫీ ఉంది కాబట్టి అంత లాగా వస్తుంది ప్రభుజీ. సో యోంత.
Okay. Yota pravisya mama vacham prapustam prasuptam. Yeah. Yota pravisya mama vacham prasuptam sanjayvati akila shakti dhara swadhamna अन्यायश्च चरण श्रवण प्राग्यदीन प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्.
అన్యాంశ్చ ప్రభుజీ అది అంటే ఫస్ట్ టైం బాగానే చదివారు, ఈసారి కొంచెం ఇది తేడా వచ్చింది. అన్యాంశ్చ హస్తచరణ శ్రవణ త్వగాది.
अन्यांश हस्तचरण स्पदागीन्
శ్రవణ హస్తచరణ శ్రవణ.
अन्यांश हस्तचरण श्रवण त्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्.
రాజు ప్రభు, are you in a position to recite, Prabhu, or not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu. Please go ahead.
Dhruva vacham yontah pravisya mama vacham imam prasuptam sanjeevayatyakila shaktidhara swadamna अन्यं च हस्तचरण
ఇక్కడ ఒకసారి ఆపండి ప్రభు. అన్యాంశ్చ హస్తచరణ శ్రవణ త్వగాదీన్.
अन्यं च हस्तचरण श्रवण त्वगादीन्.
अन्यांश्च हस्तचरण श्रवण त्वगादीन्.
अन्यं च हस्तचरण अन्यं sorry अन्यं च हस्तचरण श्रवण त्वगादीन्.
ओके. प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्.
प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्.
Yes, Prabhu, please go ahead. Whole shloka once, sir.
Okay, Dhruva vacha योन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचम् इमं प्रसुप्तां संजीवयत्यखिल शक्तिधारक स्वधाम्ना अन्यं च हस्तचरण श्रवण.
కాదు ఒకసారి అన్యాంశ్చ అనండి ప్రభు.
अन्यांश्च हस्तचारण
अन्यांश्च हस्तचरण श्रवण त्वगादीन्.
अन्यां च हस्तचरण श्रवण त्वगादीन्.
अन्यांश्च మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చదవండి, మూడు సార్లు చదవండి నాతో ఇప్పుడు.
ఓకే.
अन्यांश्च हस्तचरण श्रवण त्वगादीन्.
अन्यां च हस्तचरण श्रवण त्वगादीन्.
अन्यांश्च हस्तचरण श्रवण त्वगादीन्.
अन्यां च हस्तचरण श्रवण त्वगादीन्. प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्.
ఎస్ ప్రభు, ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ చదవండి. థర్డ్ లైన్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, స్లో అయిపోవాలి అక్కడ. అన్యాంశ్చ హస్తచరణ శ్రవణ అని గుర్తొచ్చేయాలి.
ఓకే ప్రభు, ఐల్ ట్రై. ధ్రువ వాచ యోంతః ప్రవిశ్య మమ వాచన్ ఇమం ప్రసుప్తాం సంజీవయత్యఖిల శక్తిధార స్వధామ్నాం అన్యాం చ హస్తచరణ శ్రవణ త్వగాదీన్ ప్రణాన్ నమో భగవతే పురుషాయ తుభ్యం.
ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ అన్యాంశ దగ్గర తేడా వచ్చింది ప్రభు. అన్యాంశ హస్తచరణ శ్రవణ త్వగాదీన్.
అన్యాం చ హస్తచరణ శ్రవణ త్వగాదీన్.
సెకండ్ లైన్ చేసి థర్డ్ లైన్ చేయండి ఒకసారి.
సంజీవయత్య అఖిల శక్తిధార స్వధామ్నా అన్యాం చ హస్తచరణ अन्यां च हस्तचरण श्रवण त्वगादीन्.
యాక్చువల్లీ ఇది కొత్త ట్యూన్ ప్రభుజీ, అందుకే మనందరికి కష్టమవుతుంది కొంచెం.
అదే
ఓకే. ఏంటంటే మొత్తం ధ్రువ మహారాజ్ అన్ని ప్రేయర్స్ ఇదే ట్యూన్ లో ఉంటాయి ఇంకా, అంటే అథెంటిక్ వే. దీన్ని కాకుండా ఇప్పుడు మళ్ళీ వేరే బోల్డ్ ట్యూన్స్ చేయొచ్చు దీన్ని. బట్ దిస్ ఈస్ ద వాట్ ఐ హావ్ హర్డ్ ఫ్రమ్ మెనీ ఆఫ్ దిస్ థింగ్స్. మై కౌన్సిలర్ ఆల్సో సజెస్టెడ్ మీ దిస్. హీ ప్రాక్టీస్ this one first and then some other tunes in some other ways also, but this is a standard for whole Dhruva Maharaj prayers. At last, now the same tune stands good for all the shlokas. So that is the reason, as it is new, it will take some 2 or 3 days for us. So tomorrow also we will practice. And also what we do is we will practice the meanings first, synonyms first. Okay, we will completely by what to say focus on the synonyms first, then the shloka will not be that tough. Okay, it might be boring, let me tell you, it might be very boring, but when you get the end result after 1 or 2 weeks, then you'll really feel satisfied. Okay,
Yeah.
from
కొంచెం
tomorrow
థర్డ్ లైన్
on,
డిఫరెంట్ గా ఉంది ప్రభుజీ.
in every shloka the third line will be completely it is a break actually.
సో సేమ్ ఇలాగే ఉంటుందా ప్రభుజీ థర్డ్ లైన్ అన్నిటికీ?
యా, అప్పుడు నెక్స్ట్ చదువుతాను చూడండి మాతాజీ. ఏకస్త్వమేవ భగవన్ ఇదమాత్మశక్త్యా మాయాఖ్యయోరుగుణయా మహదాద్యశేషం సృష్ట్వానువిశ్య పురుషస్తద సద్గుణేషు నానేవ దారుషు విభావ సువద్విభాసి.
సేమ్
అర్థమైందా? సెకండ్ థర్డ్ లైన్ స్లో అయిపోతుంది,
మళ్ళీ తర్వాత పికప్.
పికప్, ఎస్. ఫోర్త్ విల్ బి అగైన్ పిక్డ్ అప్. సో థర్డ్ ఫస్ట్ వర్డ్ చూసారా, దాని మీద కంప్లీట్ ఫోకస్ ఉండాలి. నేను ఎట్లా చదువుతున్నాను అట్లా చదవాలన్నమాట. అది మీరు చదవాలి అంటే అలాగా యూ షుడ్ నో ద సినానిమ్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ వాట్ ఇట్ ఈస్. మీరు ఒకసారి మీనింగ్ తెలిసాక ఇదే శ్లోక చదివారు అనుకోండి, ఇట్ విల్ బి వెరీ ఈజీ ఫర్ యూ ఆల్సో. సో ఫ్రమ్ ద ఫస్ట్ we are not concentrating more on the synonyms, but we should be concentrating and focus more on the synonyms. Then we will really understand what is Dhruva saying. Else we become sentimental.
Synonyms చెప్పండి ప్రభుజీ, ఫస్ట్ సినోనిమ్స్ నేర్చుకుందాం ఫస్ట్ దానికి.
Yeah, actually em cheddamante, we first day we have done synonyms. In between we come with the shloka, and tomorrow again we'll do synonyms and shloka together. Okay, synonyms shloka, synonyms translation shloka, that's how we will go ahead. Adi meeku mattam when you by heart this na, you know also the meaning of that. When you know both of these two, you'll never forget.
Yes ప్రభుజీ.
Okay,
సినోనిమ్స్ నేర్చుకుంటే ఈజీగా అవుతుంది శ్లోకం చదవడం.
Yes, it will be very easy. See, we have a lifetime. Let me tell you again, we have a lifetime to do this. So don't get what you say, you don't get your corporate culture over here and what is a target based. We are not target based here, we are process based here. Okay, even though it might take a bit time, let us go slowly. But we will go together. Okay, Maharaj, you can please end the call. It's already 9:07, sorry.
Sure,
Deepa Maharaj, you can take the call. Thank you.
वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंतकोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद बुक रीडिंग की जय. श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you Mataji and Prabhuji for joining.